One. Hello and welcome everyone to episode 11 of Side Talk with Rami and Craig. Rami's just woke up, but we've only got 20 minutes. We're going to talk about Rami.
Hey, side talk number 11. No, we're gonna talk about how the pandemic. There's a study that came out that showed that single men, regret that they didn't get into more serious relationships because the pandemic has forced them to look inward
Hmm.
and regret all their life choices.
And
So
no one likes to look inward.
no one, no one,
I
Craig.
know, I don't like to look in.
Oh, I don't know. You don't want to look inside me.
Yeah, definitely not. Right. Well, so what's the study? Is it like it's probably Cambridge or Harvard or,
No,
Oxford.
it's a New York Times, I think, or some kind of New York newspaper. New York. That's all we care.
What did
We do
they
studies.
did they interview people and
Yes, 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 yeah. They interviewed a whole bunch of men, and they profiled one dude who was like a party guy and Tinder dating every fucking weekend. And
yep.
because of the pandemic, he couldn't really do that anymore. So he was like, "Man, I regret not having a girlfriend, right? Because I'm all alone now." You know. So
Mm.
let's dive in.
I don't know what to think about that. Like, from my experience talking to certain people, like for example, no, I'm not going to name names, but I know people who have broken up literally 2, 3 months in from the start of the pandemic. It's like really just, yeah, it's broken up couples. So I don't
Yeah.
know, man. It's everyone's talking about this. It's a make or break, the pandemic, and I think that is true. Um, but I don't know. I don't think I would personally.
What, regret it
No, I don't think I would. Yeah, I don't regret not getting in a relationship before it because for
you
me,
hear that, ladies? Craig is single.
I, listen, this time has given so much opportunity to build and do and the way you have to give excuses to your friends about I can't make it this. I would do that a lot. You know this. And here, I don't have to give excuses. I can just work on my stuff.
It's just wonderful for a hermit-like creature like yourself. This is
Exactly.
well, I'll tell you what. This pandemic made people look in the mirror, bro. I mean, this was
Yeah.
the year that everybody, countries, even made us look in the mirror, right?
Mm.
And some of it was ugly. As far as relationships is concerned, yeah, you should regret not having solid relationships with people. you know you should examine, chase and tail. I mean, I'm not saying that's wrong. Hey, I've done it plenty myself. Right? But it definitely makes you think. I mean, psychologically, um over here we're pretty much free, but
Mm.
part of me just wants to stay in the house still.
Really?
Yeah, so but it definitely makes you introspectively look at yourself.
Yeah.
um and it brings out, like, your, like, pettiness, a
In
lot
what
of this.
way? Your pettiness.
uh yeah, you know needing companionship at a constant level is kind of petty. I mean,
No, no, that's not
what's wrong?
petty. It's needy.
Well, needy, petty, whatever.
No,
Tomato, tomato.
but petty's not the word. Petty's like whenever you, I don't know, like let's say that you owed me like 5, 10 quid, and then I'm like, Romy, you owe me that 5, 10 quid.
Yeah.
That's petty.
Yeah. Well, then you
Needy.
were guilty of that, Crank,
No,
because I do owe you like
you
5 or 10 quid.
no, you don't know me. I've got $100. By the way, anyone, little side information. We have a wee bet on. Rami was supposed to get fit, and he was supposed to drop below what was 100 kilos,
100 kilos. Yeah,
right? He
yeah,
put 100 quid on the line, $100. Sorry, he put it into my account, PayPal, 100 straight in. And if he didn't do it, he would have lost it. But we had to negotiate the terms again because
yeah. Yeah.
he
Well,
messed
I
up
tore my
his
ACL.
he tore his ACL.
You
So
know?
I'm cutting him a break here. So whenever you're officially, I don't know when we're going to start that again.
Pretty soon. I mean, I'm working on it now,
You're
buddy.
working out
You know?
now.
Yeah,
Should we
yeah.
start
So,
it from now?
oh no, because I'm not ready for that. But anyway, let's get
Okay.
back to what matters here, and the
Yes.
pettiness,
Okay.
right? No, I mean, listen. You know, for me personally, this pandemic has been pretty good actually, because I mean personally, right? Because it's forced me to kind of not. I'm a social creature, so I couldn't hang out, and it pretty much made me just think of my own and
Mm.
take care of my business. And I think you're the same way. I mean, there
Yeah.
was no less distraction. It was just you and your computer.
Yeah.
And in some ways, it was good for people like you and me. And again, if you lost somebody, I go up, my heart goes out to you.
It's brutal.
Yeah, I'm just speaking from a personal perspective here. But yeah, that's. I think this year is the year of action, Craig.
Everyone's
I think
positive.
yeah, everything's positive. I mean, the sun is out. I mean, you guys are still on lockdown, which is kind of a downer, but so you guys have like X-Men
We're
popping out over there,
we're extended
mutations.
till April, bro. We're extended till 1st of April.
All right.
And
So I couldn't come visit you now.
no,
They would not let me in.
bro, the things are breaking down here. Like, see, you know how like Northern Ireland, it's part of the UK, and the borders and
Yeah.
everything. We can ship things from our ports to England like hassle free. There's just nothing. But because Brexit just came in, um, it's uh, it's caused a big mess up. So people can't actually ship their products to and from uh, Northern Ireland to and England. It's um it's causing a lot of hurt.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I thought you guys are part of the United Kingdom, so that has nothing to do with Brexit, right?
Exactly. It's crazy because there's something to do with because there's an issue with the border for the Republic of Ireland. That's not sorted out yet. There's still debate on this hard border. So like people can't go north and south easily, and there's they've stopped a trade between Northern Ireland and the rest of the mainland, a because of this, I guess, insecurity with that situation on the border. Um, I was listening to one of the MPs talking to Nigel Farage, a pretty well-known MP in England, and he's one of the guys that pushed Brexit. And so he's basically trying to wave to Mr. Boris and get him to look at the situation because
Yeah.
it's crazy, man. It's costing a lot of money.
Yeah, what a difference here in Medellin. I mean, everything here is back open, man. So, you can, pretty much do anything like you did before. I mean,
Yeah,
with apart from wearing masks, I mean, it's just back to normal here.
reggaeton with
But
masks.
reggaeton with masks, you haven't lived till you reggaeton in a mask.
Wow,
But
sounds even more appealing.
yeah, but not too many people are still coming here because again, it's just
Yeah,
crazy. You have to take up tests to enter the borders everywhere now. Even back home, even back to if I go back to the States, I gotta show up a test. I haven't taken a COVID test ever. Still,
right.
no. Have you?
Um, no, I haven't. I was gonna do one in the hospital, but
Yeah.
no, because the injury I had, they didn't want to put anything up my nose that would make me
Yeah.
do something and open up the wound again.
Oh, right, right. Well, we all know how you love putting things up your nose.
I can't help it.
So, so
Did I show you, by the way, Romy, the video of this Russian guy who he swears by putting cucumbers up his bum as like a medication?
cucumbers,
Cucumbers, yeah, like
not pickles.
not pickles. I'll send it to you after. We'll not go into it here.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Please don't.
let's go
No.
back. Let's go back to the main topic of this pandemic
Yeah, yeah.
relationship thing.
Right, right. So anyway, right. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense to me, because people regret shit only when stuff happens. When you get caught, like you only regret it when you get. Because this is like a kind of that thing. You
Yeah,
only regret it when you can't. Like, right? If things open back, I bet you that same guy in the interview that was like, "Yeah, I should have focused on more relationships," is gonna go chase tail and go to the limelight well, my mind does not exist anymore, but whatever,
Mm.
the Sound Factory, whatever clubs there are going on,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right, in New York right now. So,
He'll be back at
uh,
it.
yeah, he'll be back right back at it, and tindering his life away, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, because it's funny because I know a whole bunch of middle-aged men who are single,
Right.
right? And I know more people who are single than actually are in relationships, you
Me
know,
too, bro. It's
right?
crazy.
It is crazy, and I don't know what that means, I don't know if that, I guess it means relationships are hard, right? So, so
That scares me, man. Honestly, when I look at just the people above me or the people my age, and I just see what they've gone through, the split ups, the people who are choosing not to get married, the people who are not committing. It's like, God, it looks so grim. I kind of want to almost go back to that traditional time with my, the grandparents. I think that was fairly stable with families. Um, because I think everybody wants that happy, perfect family that stays together, and there's none of that. These, you know,
yeah, I mean, it's just hard, man. I have not seen a relationship without its bumps and bruises, right?
mm,
Ever in my life, I grew up with in a dysfunctional family.
yeah,
Probably my parents shouldn't have stayed together. I mean, to our detriment, they stayed together. But yeah, I mean, I know how it's scary, but there's that old adage: better to have loved and lost, so I've
yes,
never loved at all. I mean, it sounds corny, but that's true, man. I mean, I've been hurt, through past relationships before. Um, it's tough, but hey, man, I am glad I went through it. In the end, I
yeah,
believe.
bro. Sorry to cut in here, but I just remembered last night reading this. Kim Kardashian. Did you hear about that? And
No,
Kanye. Uh,
no.
Kim Kardashian files for divorce from Kanye West after nearly 7 years of marriage.
I mean, that's so surprising, Craig. So surprising. Yeah. Have you seen Kanye and the way he acts? Have you seen the
He
way
is
she acts? I
loopy.
mean, I'm surprised they stayed together for 7 years. That's a success in my book.
I was surprised too. I was surprised
I
too.
mean, those two got people like one is like attention needy and the other one is attention needy. I mean, like, they're both
Petty?
like petty. There you go. They're both petty, right?
They're both petty and needy.
Yeah, they're both
Sorry,
petty
I don't
and
know.
needy.
I don't know them. I don't know them
Yeah, well,
actually.
I mean, you do know them through their actions. I mean, come on. I mean,
Mm,
if you make a statement or if you have video of you, fucking some guy, or you make a show about your drama within your family to just,
yeah, it does tell you a
monetize
lot.
it. I mean, it just shows, what type of, like, I would never enter a relationship with her. Not that she's not hot or whatever. And yeah, she is a billionaire. I mean,
Yeah.
that when you say billion, I mean you're ready to sell your soul, really, right? But
Mm,
yeah, I mean, that's gonna be tough for them when they get older.
yeah.
Because she's not gonna be hot at one point. She's gonna be was hot, and he's going to be, a hack, at some point, because, like, oh, he was famous and he did come out with, like, Jesus Walks, but now he's,
Mhm.
just some crazy guy wearing a Trump hat,
Yeah.
so so
I do hope they like. I don't know. I hope there's a positive from it. Like, I don't. No one likes to see this. Well, maybe some people do like to see this drama, but I just look at the two and I just think about the kids. It's just
they'll
not
be all
good.
right, man. I mean, listen, man, like I said, I grew up poor and in a dysfunctional family. They're going to be rich in a dysfunctional family. Trust me, it does help. Because you can, money doesn't solve everything, but it solves a whole lot of shit. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? So don't feel too bad for them. Right.
okay.
Because right. Yeah. But like, listen, positive. Well, I don't know if Kanye has the ability to grow, you know,
Mm,
but that's the main thing here. What do you learn from yourself? How do you learn internally? Like, what do you got to grow as? You know,
mm.
But
Such a
yeah.
complex dude, bro. I listened to him on Joe Rogan's podcast. I've never been a follower of Kanye West or Kim Kardashian. I just hear about it, but I listened to him on that podcast because he was running for presidency. Like that was a big deal, and I was just amazed at how off topic he went, how he just went, like you ask a direct question, that guy will go that way. And it's like, yes, but what would you do? Every answer basically came back around to, I would get good people around me and I would get them to put all of the options and I would pick them. It was such a childish thing. It's like, yes, of course you could. That was his merit. He was saying, I'm really good at picking things, really good at decision making. It's part of it, but like, come on. It's just it's
You know,
bizarre.
I saw an interview with him where some young lady was interviewing him, some young like
Mm,
girl, had to be early 20s or something.
right.
And they agreed on this statement. She said that history doesn't matter. Think about that.
Wow.
They
That's
agreed on that. Like history doesn't matter. Like I don't care what happened. I mean, and to a certain degree, you need to not worry about what happened in the past and
mm,
do things, but you need to be educated about history. They were talking about like slavery, and because remember at that time he was like, yeah, blacks it's their fault. They it's their fault they were in slavery. They had a slave mentality. But I'm
did he say
Jesus.
that? Yeah.
Yes, 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 he did say
Wow.
that. And that's
Wow.
like a really kind of racist white kind of thinking, right?
Mm,
Those are like the slave masters would tell them that,
mm,
right, right. But that's kind of a thing that listen, man. When you start getting attention in this world, and everybody says you're the shit,
mm,
right? And you get money, and nobody ever, you could do anything, and still people say, wow, you don't worry, that's you, right? Your moral compass starts getting
yeah.
fucked up, right? It's just natural. You're like, wait a minute, yeah, I am special. I am, supposed to be here. And I mean, like, yeah, I'm not saying he's not special or all these famous people are not,
Yeah.
right? Maybe they are because they do have a lot of influence and they are kind of plucked from obscurity to be what they are, right?
Yeah.
But you don't fool yourself. This pandemia, back to the pandemia,
Hmm.
right? This should have shown every famous person in this world that you're vulnerable to as just as much as
You're
anybody
the
else.
exact
Guess what?
same.
Guess I don't care how many true Hollywood stories you have or movies.
Mm,
Guess what? You could die just as good as anybody here.
yeah.
If shit really hit the fan. I don't think shit really hit the fan this time, but we could talk about that another time. But
Yeah.
but it came close. So Godspeed to them if you believe in God. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Rami, I'm gonna have to go here. I've got my good buddy. We're gonna go play football. Socially distant football. We're just gonna kick the ball like
Glad you mentioned
se-
that because I
seven
was in a.
17 meters apart. And we're just gonna kick a ball.
Is this you and him?
Yeah, yeah, and
Oh,
it's
cool.
it's it's pissing it down. So but that's how we like it here, you know. Feels
Yeah.
see when you finish a session after being in the rain and the muck and all of that, you feel like a king.
Oh, no, I'll take your word for it, buddy.
Telling you. So
All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's been episode 11.
it has
A quick one, but a good one. No?
a very good one.
A
I'll,
very good one.
right. Well, hey, I'll let you get on with your day, Rami, and start it. Take it easy, bro.
Take care. Peace. All right. Are we done,
No.
right?